The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and in this video, I'm going to be conducting a features inspection of a new yacht from Grand Banks that's designed to reinvigorate the brand and show the world what a cruising yacht can be. The result is the all-new Grand Banks 60. Even before we got on board, she's been getting more than her share of attention, and already orders are extending out well into the next 18 months, and it shows no signs of slowing. Let's see why. Her profile still speaks of the Grand Banks heritage, particularly with the planking lines down the hull. Weight being a consideration, a lot of weight has been pulled out of the design, but strength is maintained with all of the structure above the waterline being resin-infused carbon fiber, making for a very low center of gravity. Below, the hull is resin-infused E-glass with a Gurrit closed-cell foam core. The aft deck is the start of the entertaining and consists of a center-mounted bench seat just ahead of the transom. It sits behind a gloss-finished and expandable golden teak table. Ahead and to port is a 2-across seat adjacent to a cabinet that includes trash receptacles, storage, and a granite countertop. More storage is under the seat. It sits beneath a smoked glass window. To starboard there's a refreshment center with a sink undermounted to the granite countertop. Storage is beneath and includes sorters for the logoed stemware. Alongside is an ice maker and a freezer drawer. Storage is in the 21-inch high bulwarks, and these support rails topping out at 32 inches. Decking is all teak, of course, and all this is protected by the extended flying bridge deck, a full 7 feet 8 inches overhead, and fully fitted with LED lighting. A starboard side door, not a gate, leads to the swim platform. The door is quite substantial and includes a latch at the bottom that's a bit hard to reach. I'd like to see either a magnetic latch or move this one up higher. Down a 14-inch step, the 6-foot platform is covered in teak. Staple rails line the trailing edge and can accommodate accessories such as a grill or a bay table. Sockets for a reboarding ladder are to starboard. 6-inch cleats are in the corners. At the transom, a hatch lifts to reveal an electric grill. An optional sink could go alongside. The adjacent hatches lead to deep storage. Support struts hold the hatches open. And of course in the center is a flag holder. Stairs to the flying bridge are to the starboard side, and Grand Banks fitted storage drawers in each of the lower steps. This upper deck is a huge gathering space. Aft is a boat deck holding this 11-foot 4-inch rib that can be launched with a 1,000-pound capacity crane. Forward is a sun pad with storage underneath. I'd like to see some rails to the sides. The gathering takes place at an L-shaped settee wrapping around a solid wood table on a fixed pedestal. It's gloss finished with an intricate logo inlay. All under the hardtop, 6 feet 7 inches overhead. Across the refreshment center includes a long marble counter with a stainless steel sink. Storage is beneath, with more of the dedicated stemware holders, and then there's a refrigerator. The area can be fully enclosed. All decking is natural teak. As we move to the salon, we enter through a sliding door with a 9-inch step. Inside we see a lot of golden Burmese teak with satin finish. Large surrounding windows let in plenty of natural light, and opening windows add ventilation to the mix. The characteristic Grand Banks joinery work that we've come to expect from the brand is of course ever present, giving the interior a very nautical look, and all done in-house. Furnishings are all ultra leather upholstered. Of course you can get whatever materials you desire. We'll start with the galley located aft. Being between the two main deck gathering areas, we appreciate that the aft window opens on an electric actuator. Forward, the cabinetry is surrounded by marble. Storage includes more of the dedicated sorters. There's a dishwasher drawer, and then still more storage. Aft are refrigerated drawers and a convection oven. Overhead is storage, but because of the generous 7-foot 5-inch overhead height here, it's far too high to be usable. But Grand Banks thought of that and made it all lowerable to a more convenient height. The granite counters include an undermount stainless sink and a 4-burner induction cooktop. In the corner is a trash receptacle. Features continue across to starboard with more granite counter space, a trash compactor, 2 more refrigerated drawers, a wine chiller, and bottle storage. The transition to the salon is marked by the teak and holly decking giving way to carpeting. Gatherings start at the L-shaped settee behind a gloss-finished golden teak table on an electrically adjustable height pedestal. It slides out on angled brackets to ease entry and egress. Directly across is a 3-seat sofa. A 48-inch TV is on an electric lift just behind. Storage is underneath. I like that there's a lengthy teak grab rail running through the 6-foot 9-inch padded overhead. And notice that this is a dropped ceiling. Air handling vents run along the perimeter to evenly control the temperature in the room. Just ahead is a 2-person bench seat, allowing guests to enjoy the same elevated view as the captain and observer at the helm. Storage is underneath, and forward is a wood-trimmed skylight to the lower deck, surrounded by leather. The companionway to the accommodations level is center-mounted, and the 4 steps have raised non-skid strips and courtesy lighting. The Grand Bank 60 is offered in a 3-cabin version or with an additional cabin located just behind the existing guest cabin to starboard. Both layouts include 2 heads. There's huge storage in the deck. The first guest cabin is to starboard, then the day head and VIP are fully forward. We'll start with the master to port. This stateroom takes advantage of the skylight we saw from above. The berth is mounted athwartships with hull-side windows just behind. It measures 85 inches by 75 inches. Overhead height runs from 6 feet 6 inches to 6 feet 9 inches. A 48-inch TV is at the foot of the berth. A corner cabinet is below a large mirror. A walk-in closet includes hanging, shelf, and cabinet storage. More storage is under the berth and alongside. An overhead hatch includes a screen and blackout shade. The ensuite is forward, fully featured, and well lit from an overhead hatch and hull-side window. Teak decking extends into the enclosed shower. Now let's move to the VIP at the bow. This is as expected, with the island berth accessible from both sides. Light comes in from fixed ports and an overhead hatch. There's an upholstered headboard. There's storage to the sides of the stateroom and in a hanging locker. And there's an impressive piece of curved wood over the berth. A 32-inch TV is to the aft bulkhead. At the entrance, there's a vanity/desk. The shared head is laid out with much the same features as the master. A linen and bedding closet is just outside. The guest cabin is aft and to starboard and down a 9-inch step. There's a 75-inch long berth with a width running from 36 inches at the head tapering down to 26 inches at the foot. Storage is underneath. Headroom is an astonishing 7.5 feet. A hanging locker is provided. Now aft is the optional accommodations, down a 10-inch and 13-inch step. There's lower headroom here ranging from 5 feet 3 inches to 4 feet 9 inches. This one has a 77 by 27 inch berth with storage below. Personally, I've always been a fan of Grand Banks since the cruising lifestyle is so appealing to me. But while it's branched off into areas like its hugely successful Palm Beach and Down East style East Bay lineups, it's hard to deny that the company's been riding on the success of its trawler style motor yacht for a long time. Now, however, all that has changed with the introduction of the 60. And make no mistake, Grand Banks is back, in a big way, and, dare we say, redefined. This is a definitive owner-operator's yacht, and she's everything a cruiser should be, in an updated and modern yacht that still manages to retain the classic DNA and quality of build that made the brand so iconic. And she's even available in an enclosed flybridge version. As comfortable as this yacht is to be on, she's even more impressive out on the water, but that's in another video, be sure to look for it. For now, this is my features inspection of the all-new Grand Bank 60. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.